Hi, my name is Terry, and you're watching Terry Tells the Story. Today, we're talking about pirate marriage. In the 17th and 18th centuries, a pirate ship was more than a vessel. It was a floating nation with its own laws, and most sacred of these laws was the custom of matelotage. Derived from the French word matelote, which meant sailor, this wasn't just a friendship. It was a formal, legal civil union between two outlaws who decided that the world was too dangerous to face alone. This is the true gritty origin of the word matey. To the pirates who lived it, it was el vínculo, the bond of life and death. A matelotage was a contract of total shared interest. When two pirates entered this union, they became a single economic and protective unit. They shared everything: their meals, their quarters, and their plunder. If one was injured in battle, the other was duty bound to care for them. If one was captured, the other would exhaust every resource, or even lay down their own life to win their freedom. They were each other's primary beneficiary. If a pirate fell, a Matelote didn't just mourn. He inherited every coin, every weapon, and every stitch of clothing that the partner owned. In a world that had disowned them, Matelotage became a family of two. But the bond went deeper than just gear. To be someone's matelot meant they were the only person on a ship of hundreds of predators who was truly on the deck for you. While the ship's articles governed the crew, Matelotage governed the heart. It was a partnership of absolute transparency. There were no masks between matelotes. They were the keepers of each other's true names and their darkest pasts. We see the power of this bond in the story of the pirate captain Robert Culliford. Despite his reputation for ruthlessness, his loyalty to his matelot, John Swan, was unbreakable. When Culliford was finally apprehended, it was noted that his primary concern wasn't his own neck, but the protection and well-being of Swan. They operated as a single unit for years, proving that in the chaos of the Indian Ocean, their partnership was the only thing that was real. Then there was John Beavis and Francis Reed, whose partnership was so integrated that they were virtually inseparable in every historical account. They fought side by side, shared a single purse, and lived as a domestic unit in a world full of violence. Their relationship was a middle finger to the civilized world, a world that told them they couldn't be together. They chose each other instead, creating a fortress of two. This custom was so powerful that it terrified the authorities on land. In colonies like Tortuga, French governors were so desperate to break these unbreakable bonds that they imported hundreds of women from Europe, hoping that traditional marriage would dissolve the fierce loyalty of the Matelote partners. They failed. Many pirates simply took the wives and integrated them into the existing partnerships, refusing to let any outside force, not even a crown-sanctioned marriage, come between them and the person who held the end of their rope. In the end, Matelotage was the pirates' answer to a cold world. It was a declaration that loyalty wasn't something granted by a king or a company. It was something forged between two people who promised that no matter how hard the wind blew, how many enemies gathered on the horizon, or how many cowards hid in the hold, they would never, ever let the other stand alone. So, Spanish phrase for today is Matelotage, the civil union. If you like this video or you learned something new, drop a like down below. If you have a specific topic that you'd like to see me cover, drop me a comment. And if you'd like to support this work that I do, there'll be a link to the Cash App in the description box below. We'll see you next time.